Hello everybody and welcome back on Everything Cars. Today we are going to talk about the best first cars you can buy if you are in high school or someone who is buying his first car. Probably if you are buying your first car, you don't have a lot of money, so don't expect cars like a Supra Mark IV since you will need another $2,000, but you can find some pretty good first cars for less than $3,000. Number 10, we have Chevy Cruze first generation, and I have to say this is the perfect spot for this car since an high schooler with $3,000 doesn't have too much money to buy better toys than these cars that still are kinda cool, especially in today's market, and these are cars that will do their job, take you to school and so on, but at least they are cooler than your average car. It comes with a 1.8-liter inline-4 that makes 151 horsepower, and it is front-wheel drive. Reliability, being able to drive in the winter, and not a lot of horsepower are three things high schoolers need, and this car has everything. It can even look good if you slam it. Number 9, we have the Toyota Celica GT 7th generation, which comes with a 1.8-liter inline-4 that produces 180 horsepower, and it also is front-wheel drive. I really like this car, but I put it this low because I hate the looks on this car, and people always mod it in a very bad way because they only raise it up, and people just don't make good Celicas anymore, but there are still some good Celicas like the one in the background. It is possible to modify this car and make it look good, so please, if you want to buy it, just add something that is good looking and don't only raise it up. This car is kind of a sports car since it is faster than the majority of the cars in this list, and it has a pretty good handling other than looking sporty and being reliable. Number 8 is the Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS that comes with a 2.5-liter flat 4 that makes 165 horsepower, and this is an all-wheel drive and looks awesome with its old and retro and rally style, and since it is a WD you can go wherever you want whenever you want, but I'm not sure how reliable they are, but I think they aren't too reliable if you slam them, so if you plan to mod a car I suggest to use some other cars, but this Subaru is still sick. At the number 7 we have the Volkswagen Jetta Mark 6, which mounts a turbocharged 1.8-liter inline-4 that makes 115 horsepower, and it is a front-wheel drive. The Jetta is the newest car on this list, but despite being the newest and being turbocharged, it still manages to be the slowest car on this list. In my opinion, it is very beautiful since it is very sporty and new, so I would buy it just for this reason, and because it is very reliable. It is slow because this is actually the base model, and you can buy better models, but to be honest, if I was in high school, I would just buy the base one for the reliability, and it is still cheap but funny. Number 6, we have the Mitsubishi Eclipse 2G. This car comes with a 2-liter inline-4 that irrigates 140 horsepower, and it is a front-wheel drive. This car is sick, but if you want to buy an Eclipse 2G, you must know a lot about cars because these things have zero reliability since they were used like daily driver in the past. Number 5 is the Ford Mustang New Edge that comes with a 3.8 VE6 that makes 190 horsepower, and it is a rear-wheel drive, and I know nobody wants a VE6 muscle car, but this is the only choice you have under $3,000, which it is not that bad if you are someone who appreciates more the looks of the car, because this is a very nice looking Mustang, but if you are more into speed, there are better options. Oh, and I suggest to not modify this car since it will not reach the performance of a VE8 even if it is slammed. At number 4 we have the Subaru Forester first generation, which comes with a 2.5-liter flat 4 that has 165 horsepower, and it is an all-wheel drive. Basically this thing is just like an Impreza, but with the major detail of having more space to do whatever you want like camping or going out with friends, and they look even cooler when modified than an Impreza, so I think this is a very great choice for a first car. Third place is the Honda Civic EG, and I mean everyone knows this car at this point. It comes with a 1.6-liter inline-4 that irrigates 125 horsepower, and it is a front-wheel drive, and the only thing you need to know about Civics is that they are tuning legends, meaning that you can put everything you want inside them. I put them so high because they are slow if not slammed, and if you are in high schooler you probably want to know more about cars, and Honda Civics are perfect for this. Honda Civics are even pretty nice looking, and they are recognized everywhere in the world because are legendary cars, so it is pretty good being young with a car that everyone looks and knows about it. The second place goes to the Chevy Corvette C4, and first of all I want to say that this beast is a death trap for people that don't know anything about cars. It comes with a 5.7-liter VE8 that makes 300 horsepower, and it is a rear-wheel drive, so I suggest to you to buy this only if you are skilled enough and you live somewhere where you can use a rear-wheel drive VE8, because you have to be careful with that much horsepower. And the first place goes to the Acura TL 3rd generation, and this car comes with a 3.5-liter VE6 producing 286 horsepower, and it is a front-wheel drive, and it checks every mark of a good first car. It is a front-wheel drive, so you can drive it in the winter. It is reliable, and it is fun and fast, and on top of that it even looks good, and they are the second newer cars on this list after the Jetta. So this is the end of the video, and this is the entire list of the 10 best first cars that we talked about. I hope you liked this video and consider to subscribe to the channel.